Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I am all things voice and music pretty much. There are a cappella videos and there's more tips and tricks and things like that in the realm of music and voice that I offer here. And I hope you'll continue to join us and continue to check out all my tips and tricks. And if you're returning, welcome back! Yay! It's great to see you again. We're going to talk about being flat, and I know that is kind of a touchy subject for many singers, myself included. Yes, that is something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of vocalists struggle with flat singing. Flat singing is basically singing under pitch. So the pitch is here and you are here, or even here. Today's video, I'm just going to hit on a few of the main reasons we run into opportunities for flat singing. I say we because it is a problem for all singers, myself included. These are issues that I will have, or my students will have, that create that under-pitchness. Just to be clear, these are not all the reasons that exist, but the main culprits that usually come up. The first reason is not warming up before you sing. If you find that you don't warm up before you sing, or you don't often warm up before you sing, you do definitely want to be warming up before any singing that you're going to be doing, be it for a lesson, which hopefully in your lesson your teacher is warming you up, or for a show or concert or anything like that, or an audition. There really is no reason not to warm up, and every reason to warm up. It is super important to make sure that you are warming up before any extended singing of any kind, no matter what the stakes are, even if it's just voice lessons all the way to singing in front of an audience. If you find that you're going flat a lot and you don't warm up, please add that to your regimen. Warming up for singing is the same as warming up for a run. You would never go on a long run without warming up your joints and your muscles first, right? Your vocal cords or your vocal folds are a muscle, so they need to warm up before you utilize them in an aggressive way, which is the way you utilize them to sing. So just like with your arms and legs or any of the other muscles, you definitely want to get the blood circulating and get warmth happening before you use it. That's the same with your voice. You want to get the blood circulating and the muscles warm before you start really actively using them for singing. That way you are far less likely to go flat because those notes have already been hit. A great warm-up I do is slides. Slides are great for just that purpose. They literally will allow you to go through the entirety of your range. I do like slides of fifths, so like do, so, do, re, mi, fa, so, do, so is a fifth. So I would go, ah, that is a slide. I use slides, ah, as a way of kind of clearing out the cobwebs if there are cobwebs to be found. And that's one of those things that slides do. Slides will expose you. They will expose every issue in your range that you might have. And it's good. That's great to find that out. It's just finding great warm-ups and just being consistent about warming up before you sing will help you with any pitch issues that you have in the realm of going flat. All right, so the next reason, tension. Tension is a big one, and tension is a big one for me in particular, and for a lot of us. Tension is pretty much just contracting muscles. Sometimes we create tension unnecessarily just out of habit, out of nervousness. Oftentimes with tension, it's something that you're not even aware that you're doing. It's something that's just so natural to you at this point that you're not aware of it. So it helps to have a teacher or anybody who can kind of eyeball what you're doing, can see you and also hear certain things. Like a voice teacher will usually have the ear for hearing when there's tension in your voice. Tension is one of those things that can definitely cause pitch issues, specifically flatness. I have tension in my jaw and tongue, and that's usually where most singers have it if they do have it. We can also have tension in the neck, in the shoulders, in the upper back, which will also affect your voice. It's a whole, that's another thing I could probably do a video on. Tension can come from a number of things in your life. It can come from a number of psychological things, like just mental hang-ups and whatnot. It's good to have somebody let you know and be aware of it. If you can get with a teacher and find that out, wonderful. But it's good to know whether or not you have tension and find where those places are and start working them out. It is definitely a journey. And if you start paying attention, you may start to notice there are certain places where those issues show up. So mainly, I find when it comes to flat singing, the two main culprits in the world of tension are usually jaw tension and tongue tension. So the sooner you can nip those in the bud, and again, I cannot overstate how much of a journey that is. Much like any other habit you have to break, it is a habit that needs to be broken. So you have to give yourself grace, give yourself time to build up the new habit of breaking the old habit. Moving right along, pushing your range. This is a hard one because I am an extender of ranges. When I say extend though, I call it extending because it's new to them. It's an extension to them. When I say pushing your range, it can be two things. It can be either this is your range, but you just never utilize it. So now that you're being asked to, now that you need your voice to be able to go over there, now your voice is like, no thanks. So there's that. And then the other option is you literally are pushing outside of the range of your voice. That can happen, even in the low part and the high parts. I'm still very careful about the way I speak about pushing your range because more often than not, it is not truly out of your range. It's just something you haven't yet learned how to hit safely and correctly. It is so important that it's healthy. Big, big, big deal that you find somebody who can healthily help you extend your range or find all of your range. Alrighty, so placement. As I literally place. If you are not careful about placement, that will also allow you to go flat. If I'm going to a note that is a solid note in my head voice, but a terrifying note if I try to pull my chest up there. When it comes to placement, your sound can resonate in your chest or in your head or falsetto. Or a mixture of the two. So if I'm taking my chest up to where I usually would resonate in my head, I'm going to probably run into more difficulty with staying on pitch. I know that I have to be especially careful and thoughtful in the way that I find that note and the way I create that sound so that I am on top of the pitch. Next! What's next? Lastly, breath. Breath is a big one. I could do an entire video, I will do an entire video on breath because breath is the foundation of singing. If your breath energy, I call it breath energy specifically because I shy away from breath support. I notice that it tends to allow for tension. So when people think support, you think, ugh. I don't say support, I say breath energy. You want to spin the breath, spin the air, spin it out. So you want to make sure you have a really energized breath when you sing. And when you don't, you go flat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When it comes to going flat, that's usually not enough breath energy. You usually don't have enough underneath to get you on top of that pitch. If you find that you are flat often, like you are constantly being told that by your voice teachers or by a music director or choir director or what have you, one of the big culprits for somebody who constantly is flat is a breath energy issue. Make sure you have enough breath to get on top of those notes, because what's funny is that you need more air and more control if you want to sing quietly, softly. You need a ton of air. So that's something that surprises a lot of people. Yes, you need more air to sing high and quiet. So if you consider that, that should help you understand how important the breath energy is to staying on top of a pitch and how much you have to use to be able to sing healthily and in tune. It is so important to sing in tune, isn't it? Yes. I cannot say enough how important it is to make sure that you are energizing the breath while you sing. It's just the only way. So those are the main culprits when it comes to flat singing. Not warming up, tension, pushing your range, placement, and breath. Once again, thank you so much for coming by. I hope you found this informative. I hope you've learned something that you didn't know before you got here. Continue to come back and learn more. It's so exciting to get to do this. I really, really am so blessed and so happy. Today's video actually comes from a question my sister gave me. So when I say please leave your requests and ideas down below, I truly mean it. And it's a great suggestion because it is a question I get often, and it is something that I run into often as a singer that I just wouldn't have thought of as an idea for a video. I have a plethora of ideas, but I just don't know what anyone wants to hear. And I find all of them interesting, so I'm not a trustworthy source. So if you let me know what you're interested in, I can make a video just like I did today. I appreciate any ideas from you all. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please come back again, like, share, and say hello there. Yay! So today we are going to just touch on some of the reasons I find. How sweaty do I look? I can't have the AC on, so you can tell that I'm sweating. I'm shinier than I would ever be. Ah.